So where I started today was where it ended last night. I watched the History Channel, the Manson thing, 1969. Manson wanted to see a race war. He said it was coming. Helter Skelter he got from the White Album of the Beatles. So you listen to all that music and you say, what does it have to do with the politics today? Everything. The same mentality is now running America. If you actually looked at the czars that Obama has put in power, their philosophy, their political philosophy matches that of 1969. I'm not accusing them of being mass murderers, comma, ... But I'm not accusing them of not being in favor of doing certain things to their political enemies that have never been done in America before, ... Read The Khmer Rouge, Pol Pot, nice guy, little professor, Cambodia, goes to Paris, studies Marxism, comes back. He wants to create nationalized, socialized medicine in Cambodia. The middle class rebels. Pol Pot says, naughty, naughty boy and girl. This is not how it's done in the new Cambodia. In the new Cambodia, even the poor get health care. Even the poor get government care. Even the poor get this care, that care, hair care, your care, my care, his care. All aboard? You're not all aboard? Then you're going to wind up in a death camp, mountain of skulls, 3 million skulls. How did that happen? Follow the bouncing skull. It started with a nice man who only wanted to do good for his people. When the people didn't want to go along with his doing good, his do-gooding, the road to you-know-where is paved with good intentions, when they didn't want to go along with it, they were forced to go along with it against their will, Nancy Pelosi and Harry Reid. And so they still didn't go along with it, so he unleashed the amoral young teenagers of Cambodia, gave them AK-47s and Khmer Rouges, red scarves, and they were told to beat up the middle class. Anyone who wore glasses, they were told, was a bad person. Anyone who wore eyeglasses was educated and therefore a counter-revolutionary. So the middle class disappeared in Cambodia. They were beaten to death, worked to death, shot to death, killed to death, tortured to death. And Khmer Rouge, the Khmer Rouge did it. They were young communists. They were idealists run by a nice little man who was a professor who had gone to Paris to study Marxism, which is why you have to understand the danger you are in. We have a neo-com administration. I tried with you now for months to say it's neo-Marxist. You can't do it because the hemorrhoid with the ears didn't steal that one yet. You don't use the word. Bush and his people were called neocon, code word for Jew. Neocon this, neocon that. Israel did it. Israel blew up 9/11. Israel blew up the World Trade Center. Jew, neocon, yeah. Can't say Jew, can't say that, but you can't say neocon, so they did it for years. The left did it. Neocon was really anti-Semitism. Jews did it again. So now they're onto something new. Now you have the other side of the coin. Now you have Obama surrounded by neo-Marxists. Almost every one of his special advisors at some point in their life, or even currently, are avowedly communist, socialist, anarchist types. But instead of calling them by their proper designation, which is neocom, C-O-M, which would be a nice bookend to neocon, C-O-N, the media doesn't do that because they're all one and the same. Government media complex, beware the government media complex, 1998, Michael+Savage, Commonwealth Club. Another speech, genius, unrecognized, done anyway in the archives. Beware the government media complex. Now, some have stolen it and made it into beware the Democrat media complex. Okay, but again, no credit, don't care, doesn't matter. Lao Tzu said doesn't matter who gets the credit for it so long as your ideas are being disseminated. Thank you, Lao Tzu. I appreciate it. When I see you in the next world, I hope you have a nice barbecue chicken waiting for me. You know what I'm saying? That's all. Now, speaking of barbecue chicken,